Hey guys, welcome back to Revise a Prize. How are we doing? Half term's over now. Everyone's back at school. We're going to do the same thing that we were doing. It's been a while. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while. It's been, what, 2 weeks? We're going to do what we usually do. We're going to go through a topic. We're going to do a quiz on that topic. And the top two winners of that will get a prize. Malika, good to see you. Yes, we got the Pro Eval Gamer as well. Hi. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good rest over half term. So today we're going to be going through a topic on biology. So let's go onto our website, flashvisionlab.com, and see what topic we're going to look at. So today's Kahoot quiz is going to be on fighting diseases. So it's all to do with this topic here, topic 3, infection and response. Mariam, hi. Good to see you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run through it very quickly. So remember, I go through these in these free lives. I go through them very quickly. It's not like our FRL classes lives where I go through them with a workbook at a much more slower pace. I'm going to go through it very quickly today, and then we're going to do a quick quiz on it as well. And the top 2 will get a prize. And I imagine today, guys, because there's been quite a break, there might be less people doing this quiz. So you're probably more likely to get a prize today, I'd say. Roya Akbari, good to see you again. You're about to start revising for biology. Perfect timing. We're going to go through infection and response today. Iman, good to see you as well. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while. How was your half term? Was it good? What did you guys do? Did you chill or did you do a bit of revision? Let me know. So those of you who want to join the Kahoot, here we go. This is what it's going to be. Pin is 49748. If you guys want to join, I'll give you guys like a minute or two to join this screen before we start. So we got Sammy as well on here. Good to see you as well. Yes, I do. I do, Tutor Jayhar. Thank you. What's your name? Marshall? Sorry if I didn't get that right. Yes, I do. All right, we got Giving Mantis in here. We got one person who is definitely going to win the prize. We got 2 people who's definitely going to win the prize because there's only 2 people in here. If you want to join, just put the pin in, go on to Kahoot on the app or go on the website 49748, and we'll get started. So let's go through the topics. Today, we're going through communicable diseases. So we're going to quickly go through the types of pathogens, then the types of communicable diseases that you need to know, human defenses, vaccinations. We're going to skip this one because that's not going to come up in the Kahoot. And I'm going to go through this. Discovery and development of drugs. It's going to be very quick, guys. So try and keep up. Revise with me, make notes, ask me questions if there's stuff that you don't understand. Let me write this Kahoot pin here as well. So if anyone's joining later, they can join as well. So the code is 49748. So remember the rules. It's here on the left. If you subscribe to us, if you take part in the chat, and you're in the top 2 of the quiz, then you'll get the prize. First place prize is a £25 Amazon voucher, and second place prize is a £5 Amazon voucher. So to prove that you did actually do it, we need a screenshot of you participating in the chat. So that's you guys here in the chat right now. There's only a few of you right now. And also on the Kahoot screen, take a screenshot of your character as well, so that you can get your prize. All right, let's get started, guys. So remember, participate in the chat, answer my questions, ask any questions if you're not sure. And let's go. So we're going to start off with types of pathogens. Do you guys know how many types of pathogens there are in GCSE biology? How many do you need to know about? So let me rub all of this out from last time. Well, I'll give you guys a chance to answer that. How many types of pathogens? Anzi says 4. Yes, that is correct. We've got 4 different types of pathogens. Who knows what they are? 4 pathogens. Hopefully 2 of them are like the ones that you hear about, like on the news and stuff when it comes to like illnesses. We've got, yes, everyone's saying 4. So the 4 that you need to know are, ooh, that's something else. Let's open this up. We have bacteria, viruses, protists, and fungi. Okay. So, what do we need to know about each one? So, bacteria and viruses are probably the ones that you need to know about the most. So, for bacteria, you need to know how they reproduce and how they make you feel ill. So, they are living cells. They're living cells and they reproduce very quickly in the body and they make you feel ill by producing something called toxins. They produce toxins, and toxins are basically these poisons that you get. And if you have a lot of toxins in your body, it makes you feel ill. That's how they make you feel ill. Then we've got viruses. So viruses are much, much smaller than bacteria. They're about 100 times smaller than bacteria. They do something different. The way they reproduce is different to how bacteria reproduce. Bacteria reproduce by something called binary fission. So you have one bacteria and then it splits into 2 and so on. So it just divides like that. Viruses, the way they divide is a bit different. So you can see here, this is a virus. It attaches to the surface of a cell and then it injects DNA into that cell. It injects some genetic material and then it causes that virus to reproduce inside of the cell. So it makes copies of that virus and then eventually the cell becomes so full of viruses that it bursts. And it bursts and releases more of these viruses to attack more cells. So that damaging of the cells is how it makes you feel ill. So if you've got a sore throat and it's like a viral infection, basically what's happened is the virus has destroyed the cells, and that's why you've got a sore throat. It basically hurts when you're swallowing or something like that, when you're coughing. The next one, the next type of pathogen you need to know about is a protist. These are eukaryotes. So remember, eukaryotes means they have a nucleus in them. So viruses, we said they destroy cells. These are the key points. Destroy cells and they reproduce inside cells. And the other two don't get asked as much in terms of how they work. But yeah, protists are eukaryotes. So they have a nucleus and they're parasites, which means they live on an organism or inside an organism and they cause them harm. This example of a protist, there's only one example of a protist disease that you need to know about. Do you guys know what disease that is? One disease that's caused by protist that you need to know about. There are more, but there's only one that you need to know that's in your specification. And it begins with an M. There we go. Malaria. Someone's got it. Maxwell's got it. Malaria is caused by a protist, and protists are spread by something called a vector. Okay, so think about this. How does malaria spread? It spreads through mosquitoes. So a mosquito bites a person, it takes the protist. So remember, the protist is what's causing someone to have malaria. Then the mosquito goes to someone else, bites them, and it transfers the protist to that person as well. And that person ends up getting malaria. That's basically how it works. The mosquito in that example is a vector. And then finally, we've got fungi, fungus. Yeah. So these are, again, I think there's only one that you need to know. I'm going to give you all the ones that you need to know. They can be single celled or multi celled, and they basically reproduce using something called spores. spores. All right. So we've gone through this topic. So what you'll do next, if you do use our website, is you'd mark it as complete, and that then tracks your progress. And from then, you can then go on to the questions. Try some exam questions on this here. Name one type of microorganism that causes disease in humans. Do not refer to viruses. So you can say any of the 4 types of pathogens that you want. So then you can click on mark scheme, and you can see here it will accept bacteria, fungi, or protists. Okay. So this is what I recommend people to do when revising science. Go through the topics one by one, go through the notes, and then go through these questions and look at the mark scheme. It is very useful to look at the mark scheme. It gives you a lot of ideas on what the examiners are looking for. And then you just double check this with your spec points. Make sure that you know all the spec points here, because this is literally what the exam board wants you to do. And for extra revision, we've got a new feature here called flashcards, which basically help you to remember all the points in that particular section. So we know that. So I'd put that in the no pile. Right. Let's see how the Kahoot is looking. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in the Kahoot. This is going to be so easy. Because of that break, it's going to be so easy for someone to win the top prize here. So yeah, code is 49748, guys. We'll be starting soon. I'm just going to go through the rest of these topics. The types of communicable diseases that we have. So there are 7 communicable diseases that you need to know about for your GCSEs. All right. These are the 7. We've got them all on our website, and we've got what type of pathogen causes them, how it spreads, what their symptoms are, how to treat them, and how to prevent them. So measles, for example, is caused by a virus. It's kind of like the flu. So how it spreads is a person sneezes, the virus is spread in the airborne droplets. So there's droplets which spread out into the air. Someone else breathes in the droplets and get the virus inside of them after that. There's actually a measles outbreak right now somewhere in London. I'm not sure where. So it is, yeah, it's relevant to what's happening now. Symptoms, red skin rash, fever. And how to treat it, you use an MMR vaccine. So this is something that babies usually have after like 1 year. You do need to know what the MMR vaccine stands for as well. I've seen that come up in an exam question before. Measles, mumps, and rubella. That's what it stands for. Okay, so that's a vaccine, and that stops this person developing measles. And I'll explain how vaccines work in a little bit. Then we've got HIV, which is another viral disease. It's a sexually transmitted disease. It gives you flu-like symptoms, which eventually turn to AIDS. AIDS is when your immune system stops working, and you basically can't fight off any diseases if you have AIDS, because you basically don't have an immune system. The treatment for that is called an antiretroviral drug. So that is a drug that kills the virus that causes HIV. And to prevent it, you basically, it's safe sex, basically. So because it's a STI, sexually transmitted disease, wearing a condom, for example, could prevent it. Then we've got our first one to do with plants, TMV. This is another virus. How it spreads, plant contact. So one leaf touching another leaf will cause it to spread, and it leads to discolored leaves. Discolored leaves basically means the leaves aren't green anymore, so they might turn yellow. That's bad, because remember, the green parts of a leaf allow it to photosynthesize and grow. So if it's discolored, it has less chlorophyll. It's not able to grow. That's why it leads to stunted growth. There's no cure, but you can prevent it through hygiene. Yes, exactly. Proval Gamer, chlorophyll. Careful on the spelling there. Chloro, PHYLL, 2 L's at the end of chlorophyll. But yeah, basically. Then we've got another plant one, rose black spot, which is a fungal disease. There's only one fungal disease you need to know about. for your GCSEs. That spreads through wind and water, and that leads to purple or black spots on leaves. So that's easy to remember. It's rose black spot. It leads to black spots on the leaves. Also, discoloration of the leaves. So it's the same thing as the other one that we looked at, tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. Discolored leaves means less chlorophyll. Therefore, it's less photosynthesis. It's going to grow slower. Fungicides. So this is like a chemical that kills fungal infections. You can spray that on a plant, and it will cause them. It will cause the fungus to die. Then we've got three more. We've got one protist, which is malaria. Remember, I told you that already. That's spread through mosquito bites. The mosquito is a vector. I get questions on malaria all the time in exams. I see that. That is probably the most common one out of all of these diseases that get asked, malaria. So remember that when it comes to revising. Has anyone got mocks coming up or done their mocks? Let me know in the chat. Anyone done their mocks? What malaria leads to? Fevers, fatigue. It makes people tired. And you can prevent it with drugs, or you can use mosquito nets, insecticides to kill the mosquitoes to stop them spreading it. Anzi says, done them last Jan. Woo, hope they went well. How did they go? Good. Okay, bad. Only a few more months left. We've got a few more weeks to exams. How many is it? About 8 to 10 weeks, isn't it? 10 weeks. 10 weeks for the first GCSE exam. So 10 more of these sessions. Salmonella. Salmonella, that's a bacterial infection. You get that. It's basically food poisoning. So you get that from contaminated food, especially chicken and duck and poultry. It leads to fever, stomach, cramps, diarrhea, vomiting, and you can prevent it with antibiotics. Antibiotics can kill bacteria only. So you can use antibiotics to kill either of these two bacterial infections. And the way to prevent it is basically food hygiene. Wash your hands after cooking, after going to the toilet, to make sure that that bacteria doesn't spread. Then you've got gonorrhea, which is another bacterial disease. That's a sexually transmitted disease, and it leads to painful urination, discharge in the genitals. And again, you can treat it through antibiotics, and you can prevent it through contraception methods, such as condoms. All right, cool. So that is a summary. So remember, in the FRL classes, if any of you were there, we went through this. It took a whole lesson to go through everything properly. We went through this and the types of pathogens all in an hour, I think. But right now we're trying to cram all of this in like half an hour. So yeah, if you do want to go through these topics slowly, then I do suggest join FRL classes. Just go onto our website and you can do so through there. Right, so how do we prevent these diseases? So there's a few ways. We have 5 different ways that we need to know for our GCSEs. We have more in real life, but these are the 5 that you need to know. So the skin is first. You don't want these pathogens to enter your body. Your skin is the main barrier. Another thing that your skin does is it produces these substances, antimicrobial substances, which kill bacteria and other pathogens. If they do bypass the skin through the nose, for example, your nose has loads of hairs in it. It also produces a lot of mucus, which traps these pathogens, stops it going further into the body. If it bypasses the nose, it goes into your air passages. It goes down your trachea to your bronchi. So we can see that here in this diagram here. So if you breathe in, it goes past your nose, it'll go to your trachea and your 2 bronchi. So in your trachea and bronchi, you have mucus again being produced, which can trap these pathogens, but it also has these hairs called cilia. So the hair-like structures called cilia. We don't call them actual hairs because they're a bit different to hairs. They're like moving hairs. So what they do is they trap the mucus and then they waft it upwards, up the bronchus up the trachea to the back of your throat. And then when it's at the back of your throat, you basically swallow it. And when you swallow it, it doesn't go down the trachea, it goes down your other tube, which is basically your esophagus. When you swallow something, you're not breathing it in, you're swallowing it. So instead of going down into your lungs, that pathogen or the mucus will go down into your stomach, which is down here. And it's good. If it goes into your stomach, it's better than going into your lungs. If it goes into your lungs, if a pathogen goes into your lungs, that's bad because that's going to end up in your blood and you're going to be infected if you have a pathogen in your blood. It gets spread around because remember, your blood is transporting everything around your body. You don't want it to transport pathogens. But if it goes into your stomach has acid in it. It has hydrochloric acid in it. The hydrochloric acid can kill these pathogens. All right. So those are the first 4 defenses that we have. And if all of these fail, it goes to our immune system. Our immune system is designed to basically destroy pathogens once they have already infected us. So if they bypass all of this, they go into our blood, then these pathogens are going to hurt us, right? They're going to damage our cells. Remember, bacteria will produce toxins, viruses will cause our cells to burst. We don't want that to carry on spreading. We don't want that to keep on happening. Otherwise, it's going to end in death. So our immune system, which is mainly made out of white blood cells, starts to kick in. So there's 3 ways that the immune system can fight pathogens. And the memory trick I use for this is APA, which is basically A for antitoxins. That's not good spelling. Antitoxins. P for phagocytosis. A for antibodies. So that's how you remember the different types of ways that white blood cells help to fight infection. So let's go through these one by one. So antitoxins, first of all. So what do? So remember I talked about toxins. Toxins are produced by bacteria, right? That's what makes you feel ill. So what the antitoxins do is they neutralize toxins produced by bacteria. So bacteria produce the toxins, makes us feel ill, and then the antitoxins neutralize them, get rid of them, basically. That's probably the easiest one to remember there. Then we've got this second one, phagocytosis. And that's the diagram we've got here on the website. So you've got these white blood cells called phagocytes. There's 2 types of white blood cells you can have, phagocytes and lymphocytes. So the phagocyte goes up to the pathogen and it changes shape. It looks like it's eating it, but it's not actually. It's just a cell. That's not its eyes. It's changing shape and it surrounds it. So it surrounds it and it basically injects some enzymes into it, which basically digests it. So it looks like it's eating it. It's not eating it. Don't say it's eating it in your exams. It basically changes its shape to surround the pathogen and it releases enzymes to digest it. So that's phagocytosis. We say it engulfs the pathogen. Hello, Yusuf. Good to see you again. Next, we have the last one, which is antibodies, producing antibodies. Okay, so antibodies are produced by the second type of pathogens. Remember, there's 2 types of pathogens we're learning. We've got the phagocytes, which lead to phagocytosis, and we've got lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, which produce antibodies. The lymphocytes are also the ones that produce antitoxins. So how do antibodies work? So all these pathogens have these molecules on their surface. They're called antigens. All right. So these spiky things, It's just a very simplified diagram, by the way, guys. This isn't how it actually looks, but for your GCSEs, this is fine. So these pathogens have these molecules called antigens on it. Then what happens is these lymphocytes come up to it. So that's the orange cell here, and it produces antibodies. So that's the Y-shaped molecules here. And these antibodies get released and they attach onto the antigen. All right, you can see that there. See that Y-shaped one? The antibody gets attached onto the antigen. And basically, that acts as like a signal. So it causes loads of these pathogens to clump up together if you have loads of antibodies on it. And it signals to the phagocytes. Remember, the phagocytes are the ones that eat it. And they basically say, don't say eat, remember, say engulfs. It basically tells the phagocyte, right, there's loads of pathogens here, come and engulf these. So the phagocytes come up to it and eat it. No, don't say eat. Why do I keep saying eat? You're going to say engulf. Maybe I'm hungry. I think I'm hungry. They engulf it. Okay, so they engulf the pathogen. Now, there's also something else you need to know about, which is memory cells. So memory cells are produced after an infection. Okay, so imagine you've just had a cold. Okay, a cold is caused by a virus. Our lymphocytes have come and produced the antibodies and killed all the pathogens. All the viruses are gone. So now you're better. You don't have the virus anymore. Do we need those lymphocytes in our body anymore? Technically not. Because the virus is gone, we don't need the lymphocytes to fight that particular virus now. So most of them die off. We don't need them anymore. But there's a few that's left behind. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, maybe like 100 left behind. And those 100 are still there in your body for a very long time, maybe to the end of your life. Just in case that virus tries to come back in again. So if that virus enters your body again, that lymphocyte is going to know exactly how to kill it, and it will produce the antibodies to kill it. That's why we call it memory cells. It kind of remembers different diseases or different pathogens, and it will be able to kill those pathogens before you even feel ill, before you get any symptoms. So that's what a memory cell is. Okay, 2 more bits I want to talk about. Vaccines. What do you have in a vaccine, guys? Let me know in the chat. What do you inject into a person's body if you vaccinate them? For those of you joining, this is the Kahoot pin, if you guys want to join. So when you are vaccinating, or when you're getting vaccinated, something enters your body. What is it? Any ideas? No? So you're actually injecting there we go. Thank you. Moonrise. The weakened form of the pathogen, the dead or inactive pathogen. All right. So you're basically introducing the pathogen that makes you ill, but it's a dead or inactive version of it. And what happens is the body thinks it's a real pathogen because it has its antigen on the outside. So it releases these antibodies to kill it off and to wipe it out. Ashton, good to see you. Good to see you. Better late than never. Right. So one of the vaccines that only one you need to know about is the MMR vaccine. And remember that stands for measles, mumps, and rubella. Okay, that's a quick part. That's a quick topic. You do need to know the advantages and disadvantages to vaccines. So advantages are you can eradicate diseases, you can completely get rid of them, and you can prevent like epidemics. So you can prevent it from spreading due to herd immunity. Disadvantages is it doesn't always work. Sometimes they work a little bit, and also they can give you side effects as well. All right, last thing we're going to go through is drug testing, the stages of drug drug testing that you need to know about. So there's a memory trick here as well. Stages of drug testing. How do these companies test for drugs before releasing them to the public? And I've got a memory trick here. It's CAVIP. So the drug needs to be tested on different things first. So two main stages we have. We have preclinical stages, so preclinical testing. Then we've got clinical testing. And then we've got the last stage. So the first stage is you get the drug and you test it on cells of humans. Cells of humans. I'll say cells and tissues. Cells/tissues of humans. Just to test whether it is going to cause any harm to the cells. All right. So once you've done that, you can test it on live animals. So animals that are actually alive. So the first stage was just cells. So it wasn't like a full organism that was going to be alive. Instead, we're just testing it on the cells, then on live animals. So this is preclinical testing before we actually test it on humans. Then in clinical testing, we start testing it on humans. The first thing we want is the V, which stands for, so remember in CAVIP, we got cells, C for cells, A for animals. V is for volunteers. So that means they're volunteering, they're healthy volunteers. So these are people that don't have the disease. So we test them on healthy volunteers first because we want to check for side effects at low doses. All right. One thing I missed out actually, for the drug testing on animals, there's three things we test it for. We test it for efficacy, toxicity, and dosage. You need to know those three words and what they mean. So efficacy basically tells you how well the drug works. Toxicity is whether it's harmful or not. And dosage, basically how often the drug needs to be taken and how much of it needs to be taken. And then, like I said, we've got the volume to test for side effects. Once that's done, we test it on ill patients. The I here is for ill patients. So the people which actually have the disease. And then here we basically blind trials. So blind trials is when you use a placebo. A placebo is like a fake drug. So you give a person a drug. You don't tell them whether it's the real drug or a fake drug. And you give it to them, and then you see whether the effects work. Does anyone know why we use a placebo? Let me know in the chat if you think you know why we use a placebo. So remember, placebo is a fake drug. So the person takes it, they don't know whether they're having the real drug or they're having a fake version of that drug. So basically, at the end of the trial, they're not getting subconsciously influenced. They're not, they might think, if they think they're taking the real drug, they might think they're feeling better. So that might subconsciously influence their decision. So that's why we use these blind trials where they don't know whether they're getting the real drug or the fake one. The other version is a double blind trial, not a double trial, a double blind trial, which is basically when the doctor and the patient doesn't know whether they're taking the real drug or the fake drug. Final step is peer review. You need to review your findings with other scientists. The other scientists need to check that the testing's been done correctly and that there hasn't been any bias in it, because a company would naturally want to make their drug testing work so they can test they can release their drugs and get money for it, right? But if you get another company or independent company to come in and test them, and do their own independent test on it, they can basically make sure it's not like um, a biased experiment that was done before. All right, that is all the content that we were going to do, guys. Are we ready for the quiz? Let me know in the chat if you're ready. Let's see how many people we've got. Um, we did quite a lot of content today, guys, in half an hour. In half an hour. So that just shows you I did go through it quickly. Okay, I might have gone through it really quickly, but remember, um, we do have sessions on Fridays and Sundays where we go through these topics at a much slower pace, much more detailed as well. Yes, Amzi says, ready, ready. Okay, let's see how many people we've got in here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. We got 12 people. That is very, very low. Let's keep that up there. See if more people join. We'll get started in a bit. Remember the rules, guys. So you can only get the prize if you participated in the chat during the revision session. Even if you didn't, you can still do the quiz, but you won't win the prize. It's good revision anyway, guys. So I hope that you guys will get something out of this either way, whether you win the prize or not. Let's see how many people we got. Where's the number where it tells you how many people there are in it? Let me see if I can do this. No, let's not do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got about 20 people in it right now. 20, 18, 20. Phil, good to see you. It's been a while. We took a break in the FRL classes as well. We didn't have any last week, so we'll be back this week as well. I'm not sure what topic we're on this week, but this Friday we got chemistry, and on Sunday we've got physics and biology. All right, guys, I think we've got enough. We've got less people than usual, so bigger chance of winning the prizes. We've got, let me check how many questions we've got. I think we've got about 15, 14, 15. We got people are asking us to put more questions in, so we put more questions in. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. We got 16 people in this. All right, let's get started, guys. Good luck. We got some last minute joiners in here. We got Kausar. All right, so still time to join, guys. We just got a poll at the start. Poll says, what's your favorite topic in biology? We've got a list of 6, I think. Let me know. It'll be interesting to see what everyone thinks is their favorite topic in biology. And we've got a reminder of the rules here. If you guys want to win, remember to take a screenshot of your chat and your character in the Kahoot as well. 17 answers. I think we're waiting for like 2, 3 more people. Okay, what do we have? Cell biology and homeostasis were the highest ones. Interesting. I wouldn't have expected homeostasis because I thought that was a bit of a harder one. No one wants organization. That's probably the longest one. And I thought there'd be more in bioenergetics. Maybe people didn't know what that meant. Bioenergetics is photosynthesis and respiration. That is probably the most important thing to revise because it comes up in both papers. Photosynthesis and respiration is important for both papers. So yeah, ecology. Oof, that's probably my least favorite one, ecology. All right, let's get started, guys. First question. Let's go. 15 questions. Communicable diseases are diseases that can spread from one organism to another. True or false? We got those quick answers in there straight away. 17 people and answers. People thinking about it. It's one or the other. Diseases that can spread from one organism to another. True. Everyone got that right. Smashed it, guys. Well done. That is the definition of a communicable disease. They've got those pathogens that can spread from one organism to another. Let's see if we've got a few thousands like we usually do. We got one person on 1,000. We always get that first person on 1,000, and then they just drop out. Is that you, Ashton? You pressed it straight away. Nice. Helpful Wolf 986. That's Deba second. All right. Looks like you two are getting the prizes if you keep it up, but it's still a long way to go. Next question. Let's go. Pin the answer. Where is the stomach? There, we got a diagram. You got to move your pin to where the stomach is. I showed you a diagram of this. And I showed you how it helps with killing pathogens. It's got something in it that kills pathogens. Everyone's got it. Oh, someone's got it on, put it on the lung. Someone put it below, put it nowhere. I don't know where that is. But yeah, 18 of you got that right. Roy Akbari is third. Smashing it, guys. All right, we got the top 3 in the chat right now. Let's see if they can stay there. So Focus Narwhal, Hopeful Wolf, that was who was it? Deba, you're still second, and Ashton is top. Rocky Crane has jumped up to third. Lily is fourth. All right, well done, guys. Let's keep it up. Next question. Type this. What disease is spread by mosquito bites? Easy. Boom. Let's go. I bet you, even if we didn't even go through this topic, you would have known this. What is that disease name? You just got to type really quickly. Who can type the fastest? You get more points for typing more faster. And don't forget to press submit. Don't spell it wrong either, guys. If you spell it wrong, you won't get the points. So be careful there. 19 people have answered. 5 more seconds. Okay, we got it. Oh, we got some weird answers there. It's weird spellings there. Malaria, Malaria. Well done for 16 of you that got that right. Smashing it, guys. Let's see what that does to the leaderboard. We got a brand new 3rd and 4th place. We got Yellow Camel and Excited Pelican. We've got Deba still in 2nd. Ashton still in 1st. Who's in 3rd? Is that anyone in the chat? Let me know. Let's go. Next question. Which substance does the stomach produce to kill bacteria? Is it antibodies, antitoxins, mucus, or hydrochloric acid? What do you guys think the answer is there? Drop it in. Yes, we have hydrochloric acid, guys. We have acid in our stomach. One of the uses is to kill bacteria and other pathogens. So remember, that's why we swallow our mucus, which has it all in it. Is anyone catching the top 2? Doesn't look like it. They're kind of peeling off. Actually, no, wait. They're only like 20 ahead. First place is 45 ahead. We don't know who 3rd, 4th, or 5th place is. Let's keep going. Next question. Slider, how many diseases in this list are caused by viruses? Look at this list carefully. You might just know it because these are the diseases you need to know about for your GCSE. So you might just know this answer straight away. How many viral diseases do you need to know about? This is the one that I showed you. This is the table that I showed you in the lesson. Loads of people put 4. Some people put 3. Fewer people put 2. What's the answer? The answer is 3, guys. It was measles. Let's see the list again. It was measles, HIV, tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. Unlucky Sammy, looks like you got that wrong. So you can remember that the ones that end with V, for example, HIV virus, tobacco mosaic virus, measles is the only one that you don't know about, but it's kind of like a cold. It's kind of like the flu, which is viral as well. So 3 viral, 1 fungal you need to know about, rose black spot, 1 protist, which is malaria, and 2 bacterial diseases, salmonella and gonorrhea. So remember those for next time, guys. Remember, Roy Akbari as well got that wrong. Remember, this is hopefully going to help you for the actual GCSEs. This has shaken things up in the leaderboard. We've got Excited Pelican second. Focused Narwhal is staying focused and first. And we've got Rocky Crane in third. Complete new top 5. No, not complete. We've got first place staying at on first place. All right, let's go on to the next question. 7 of 15. Multi-select. Which of the following are examples of pathogens? Pick 4 of these. Virus, bacteria, protist, fungi, tumor, diabetes. Out of these 6, 4 of them are pathogens. You got to be quick to try and get those top points. 23 people have answered. Remember, first place will get a £25 Amazon voucher. One mistake, I'll take that. 24 of you got this right. Only one person put tumor. It's virus, bacteria, protist, and fungi. Those are the 4 types of pathogens. Well done, guys. It's all about how fast you did it. We've got Excited Pelican kind of catching up to Focus Narwhal, but not quite. Still well ahead. Rocky Crane slowly a bit behind Excited Pelican. So Rocky Crane could take over second place, win that £5 Amazon voucher. Let's see how things go. Next question. 5 participants have reached an answer streak of 6. Well done. Question 8. Which cells are primarily involved in antibody production? Is it antitoxins, phagocytes, lymphocytes, or red blood cells? That's a quick one again. I said the words. Remember, I said there was 2 types of white blood cells. Yeah, not red blood cells. Someone put red blood cells, not antitoxins, not phagocytes. Phagocytes are the ones that engulf, remember, the ones that change their shape to engulf. Lymphocytes are the ones that produce the antibodies. Has anything changed yet? Nope. Focus Narwhal still well ahead. Excited Pelican close second. No, not close second. We got Rocky Crane as well. The top 5 has stayed as it is. Can someone jump in there? Remember, if anyone makes a mistake, they will probably fall down quite a lot. Let's see. Next question. Type. What process does this diagram represent? There. If you were there in the lesson, you'll know what this represents. There we go. Someone answered straight away. If you saw that purple thing and you were in the lesson just before, you would know what this represents. Now, not yet. Now it's clear. When you see the red thing, we got 18 people figured it out. Yep. Now it's clear. Now it's clear. You got the phagocyte, you got the pathogen, not your lock and key. What do we have here? Phagocyte. Oh, we got some wrong spellings. The process is called phagocytosis. 12 of you. Well done. 12 of you. That's a good one. What else do we get? Mitosis. No. 4 of you put mitosis. 4 of you. No, guys, not mitosis. That's the wrong topic as well. Mitosis is all to do with cell splitting. Phagocytes is the thing that's actually doing phagocytosis. Pathogen engulfing. It's not the pathogen that's engulfing. No, it's the phagocyte that's engulfing. And we got a wrong spelling here. Loads of people. No, 2 people put lock and key model. No. That's enzymes, guys. Different topic. Unlucky. Okay. Let's go. Let's see. We've got... Oh! Focus Narwhal lost some points there. Excited Pelican is right on your tail there. Let's see if they'll take over. We've got Rocky Crane on 3rd. Groovy Liger. And we got a new person in top 5. Helpful Wolf. Okay. Next question. 10 or 15. What do vaccinations introduce into the body? Is it inactive pathogens, antibiotics, active viruses, or live pathogens? Which one of it is this? Someone put live pathogens. No, inactive pathogens. Remember, they have to be dead or inactive. They they make the body think that that it's going to attack it, so that the body produces antibodies in order to get those memory cells. Focused narwhal is still up there. We got excited pelican, very close. Is nine behind, nine behind. One slip of the finger and um, anything can happen. But it looks like those are going to be our top two. Unless they get something wrong, then they can come crashing down. Let's see. We got some harder questions, I think, coming up. Next up, quiz. What do phagocytes do? Out of these ones, what's the answer? Do they engulf pathogens, create mucus, release antigens, or produce toxins? I literally said it, guys. There's no excuses here. Who put release antigens? That doesn't make sense. Produce toxins? Nope, that's bacteria. They produce toxins. They engulf pathogens. Remember, that's when they change shape to try and kill them. Looks like they're eating them, but they're not eating them. Let's see what that does. Do we have someone catching them up? Oh my God, it's so close. Look at that. That is 7 behind. Excited pelican and focus narwhal is so close there for the top two. They're miles ahead at the moment. But guys, stick around. It's still useful. These questions, you're still learning stuff. We've got 4 people with 10,000 points, so that's good as well. And you guys are smashing it as well. Most of you are getting this right, so that shows you that you've learned stuff, right? So let's keep going. We've only got about 3 more questions. What type of pathogen causes salmonella? Is it a virus, a bacteria, a protist, or a fungus? I told you this. We already went through 3 of them. I told you already. It's definitely not a virus. Bacteria, yes. 21. Easy virus, says Proval Gamer. Yes, indeed. Not a protist. Remember, there's only one that's protist. Who can tell me? Who can tell me what the protist one is again? I won't go to the question yet. I'll wait. Type it in the chat. There's only one. There we go. Phil said it. Malaria is the only one that's got it. Phil, I'm wondering are you excited pelican? You don't tell us until the very end. I'm wondering if you're excited pelican and it's you and Ashton. You've won it already. Let's see if you can win it again. Or it might not be you. I'm not sure. How close is it? 7 behind. Ashton is 7 ahead of everyone. And then there's Rocky Crane, Groovy Liger, and Mystery Jellyfish close behind. Okay. 2 more questions. 3 more questions. Which of these diseases are caused by protists? Come on, guys. I told you this answer. No one should be getting this wrong. And it's in the chat as well. You just need to move the pin to the correct location. Which of these diseases are caused by protist? I'll tell you one thing. You guys will never forget this word ever, even after your GCSEs, because we've done it so many times today. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. No, someone said measles. I think that person's trolling. Surely. The answer is malaria, guys. Malaria is the one that's caused by protists. That's the one that's spread by mosquitoes. Well done. 22 of you. All right, now it's 2 more. We've got 2 new people on the top 5. We've got Mystery Jellyfish. Oh no, you were 4th place. You're 4th place now. You were 5th before. We got Creative Wild Beast. Someone has fallen down. So they must have got that wrong. Was that you? Are you the one that put measles, maybe? I'm not sure. All right. Let's see if we got It's so close at the top. I don't think I've ever seen it this close for so long. We've got Focus Narwhal on 437 and Excited Pelican at 432, slowly and slowly inching closer and closer. I think Focus Narwhal is getting nervous now. Let's see what's happening. Let's see if Focus Narwhal can hold their composure. We've got 2 more questions. What does MMR stand for? Look carefully at these guys. Look carefully. We've got measles, mumps, rubella, measles, meningitis and rubella, measles, mumps and rabies, malaria, mumps and rubella. And remember, I told you this as well. Oh, 15 of you didn't get caught out there. Measles, mumps, and rubella. That's what MMR stands for. That's the vaccination you get for measles. That's Oh no! Excited Pelican has just overtaken Focus Narwhal. Only one more question left. Mystery Jellyfish has gone third. Ashton says no. You got one more question to get it back. And I tell you, this next question shakes it up a bit. It's not a quick answer, okay? You got to think about this one. So let's see. Let's see if you can get that top place back. You were top for so long. Unlucky. Let's see. You might be able to do it. All right. Are we ready for the final question, guys? Remember, top 2, take a screenshot of your character and take a screenshot of you on the chat and then send it to help@flashrevisionlab.com and we'll send you guys your vouchers. And yeah, let's go with the final question. It's a puzzle. So that means at the top, you need to put the first one, at the bottom, the last one. Following stage. So put the stages of drug testing. Do we have the answers? What do you test? Remember, the memory trick was CAVIP. We've got 7 answers. Some of you were very quick there. Were you quick enough? Number 2, Narwhal, were you quick enough? 18, 19. So remember, CAVIP. The order was. I'm still waiting. Still waiting. We got CAVIP here. That was the answers. Yeah. So you've got cells. Test on cells first. Then you test on live animals. Then you test on healthy volunteers. Finally, you test on ill patients with the blind and double blind trials. Oh, look at that. 12 and 10. That's quite a split. I wonder if any of the top 2 got that wrong. 12 and 10. So you test on cells first, then you test on the animals, then you test on healthy volunteers, and finally you test on the people with the disease, with the blind trials and the double blind trials. Let's see the top 3 guys. Podium. 3rd place. We got Mystery Jellyfish. You climbed up. Well done. Smashed it. Excited Pelican got 2nd place, and 1st place. We got Focus Narwhal. You got it back. Well done. You got that 1st place back last minute. Smashed it. Well done. Guys, remember what to do. Take a screenshot, send it to us, and we'll send you your prize. So we'll be back on Friday for those of you on FRL classes. We're doing chemistry on Friday, and on Sunday, we're going to be going through another topic on biology and physics. Remember, it's much slower paced, is much more detailed. You get a workbook, you get to follow through our whole lesson by filling in the gaps. So if you want to join those guys, join FRL classes. If not, that's fine as well. Check out our website. We've got a lot of free stuff on there as well. We've got notes, we've got exam questions, we've got quizzes, we've got flashcards. And we've got our next live, which is going to be, might be on TikTok, guys. We might be switching to TikTok. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think about switching to TikTok? That's going to be on Sunday. We got one on Sunday, and then we'll be back again on Wednesday. Aya says no to TikTok. Why not? Why not? We're not a fan. We might do a few on TikTok. Oh my God, everyone's saying no for TikTok. What's wrong with TikTok? You guys don't have TikTok, is it? Okay, right. Okay. I'll listen. I will keep that in mind. We might do a test one on TikTok to see how it is. But yeah, we'll let you guys go. We'll keep you updated. So keep an eye out on our website for the next live. It might be YouTube, it might be TikTok, but we'll keep you guys updated. All right, guys, well done. And see you next week / this week if you're in FRL classes. Have a good one. Bye.